Okay, here's an Alex question talking about the actual shape of the phosphorus hexafluoride anion. So the question is what word or two-word phrase best describes the PCl6 minus anion? And then it's going to ask about the bond angle. What is the angle between the phosphorus and the chlorine bonds in here? Okay, and so let's go ahead and let's do this, and we might have to refer to our notes, but much of this you're going to have memorized. And so let's do the PCl6 minus anion. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to draw the Lewis dot structure, and so let's go ahead and do that. So we're trying to do the PCl6 minus cation, or anion. So we do valence electrons first. Phosphorus has 5 valence electrons. The chlorine has 7 valence electrons times 6 of those. So there's 42 that we have to account for, plus that electron there to form the minus charge, plus 1. And so I have to account for 48 electrons in the PCl6 anion. And so let's go ahead and draw those. Chlorine, 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 5 and 6. Alright, so then I have to add valence electrons, so let's complete those octets out there. Okay, so as I'm doing that, hurry up and do it. Okay, so there is my Lewis dot structure so far. Let's count their valence electrons. So there's 8 in each of these units right here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 times 6 is 48. Each of those chlorines has an octet. That phosphorus violates the octet rule, but we know it can do that sometimes. So here is our valid Lewis dot structure. Now we talk about the AXE nomenclature, and so let's talk about that. The A stands for the central atom in a Lewis dot structure. The X stands for the number of atoms coming off of the central atom A, and then the E stands for the number of lone pairs. And so let's assign an AXE nomenclature to this. So there is A, that is our phosphorus, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. AX6, and there are no, off of this central atom, there are no lone pairs. And so that's just going to be E0, and we'll just leave that at AX6. Now you're going to have to go to our lecture notes, and you're going to have to know what these, there's not as many as you think, but if we go to the AX6 here, then this is octahedral, and each of the bond angles off of the octahedral are 90 degrees. So if we go back to our Alex right here, okay, so which word or two-word phrase best describes the shape? Well, this is octahedral. Oh, see, octahedral. And what is the angle between the phosphorus and the chlorine bonds? Those are 90 degrees. And as we check that, and we should get that one right. Now, a couple of things. I'll do a few more of these in some other videos. But just, again, draw correct Lewis dot structures, and then have those tables memorized. So the things that you will have to have memorized is you're going to have to know these bond angles. Okay, and so for example with octahedral, the electron group of octahedral, everything's 90 degrees. That's all you have to worry about. That easy. You've memorized one thing right there. Second thing is in octahedral you have to memorize AX6, AX5E, and AX4E2. So octahedral, square pyramidal, and square planar. So there's really just a very few things to memorize on each of the slides, but it has to be done, and that's just the way that has to be.